Hey Taurus, this is Tina with 85th House Vibrations, and I like to ramble a little bit. So, if you don't like a little bit of a ramble, unfortunately, I may not be the video for you. The moon is currently in Libra. Thank you all for coming. The other thing I want to say before I get started, before we get into specifics, is don't trip on my flannel. Here's the thing. I've realized that in the past few readings I have had on this flannel. Now, it started off as a thing where for some reason, it's not my only shirt. It's not my only shirt. And then somebody in one of my comment sections, I don't know which one, because I generally do these 12 videos at a time. Somebody in the comment section, oh boy, that was a lot. All right. Somebody in the comment section said that they had the same shirt. And I meant to respond to them and say, cool. But even though I live in Texas, yeah, I got the flannel going. I love this flannel. It's my favorite. But this flannel gives me wings, okay? My readings are not the same, I realize, without it. I'm going to leave that there just like that. All right. So now that we got that out of the way. Taurus, this is a general reading. It won't resonate with everybody. I did the heavy shuffling off camera. This is the Tarot of Dreams by Taurus January, and we are doing the planetary spread. Happy 2019 to everybody. Can you believe it? We are already there. It has been a complicated damn day, but I put on my flannel and it gave me wings. I'm telling you. All right. I always kind of get this messed up. Oh, yeah, here we go. There we go. I'll explain in a minute. Okay. So, Taurus, this is the planetary spread. If you've been with me for a while, you probably remember this. I used to just spread all the time with the same cards. I haven't done it in maybe a year and a half. And I decided to bring this back because I noticed that you guys definitely respond. I love the 3-card readings. I'm a 3-card junkie. But I noticed that you guys respond a little bit more and seem to enjoy it a little bit more when I use more cards. I get that. It's just a lot of talking. My Mercury's in Cancer. I don't know how that works with a bunch of talking. Anyway, so yeah, spread's kind of all out of whack, but we'll get it right. Something else I wanted to say, but if I can't think of it, let's go ahead and get started. Let's turn these cards over. This is the Sun card. This is the position of the Sun. That talks about you, Taurus. The next one is the Moon card, and that talks about home and family. Did I turn that over right? Did I do that right? I believe I did. Okay. This is the Page of Cups. This is your communication, your skills, things like that. This is the Venus card. Ace of Coins. That is your desires, your romance, your love relationships. This is a Mars card. It's aggression. It's how you fight. It's your passion. Passion doesn't always have to be, good and romantic. It can be a little bit all over the place. This is your Jupiter card, which is your good luck and acquisitions. Spirituality too. Saturn talks about your responsibilities. This is Saturn makes you a grown-up. It's chronological time. And it's also obstacles and restrictions. And the outcome card is this one. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started, Taurus, with the self. This is you in the month of January. This is your core character. The Palace cards are cards that are unique to Taurus January's decks. Nobody else does the Palace cards. Okay, I'm sorry, I had to stop the video for a minute. All right, so what it looks like to me is, Taurus, you might be feeling like not really being involved with the masses. You don't want to go to places. You don't want to be around people that are doing too much. For whatever reason, you seem to be pulling back, or maybe you had some of you may have been planning to do a certain thing. It was something that you always wanted to do, maybe like rock climbing or zip lining, or I don't know, but something that's major competitive, just full of energy and action. And maybe you have had a change of heart about that. That's just not who you are. You say, I'd rather be slow and steady than fast and furious. I think that's the way that you could be feeling this month, Taurus. Now, Mars is moving into the sign of Aries as we start the first. Of 2019. So that is kind of Aries' moment. And then, maybe 6 weeks later, Mars will move into your sign. So maybe this is the quiet before the storm. And it's not as if Mars is in Taurus is still a fast walker and a crazy talker. He's still slow and steady, wins the race, but with a little bit more oomph behind it. And that'll be coming for you, like I said, in the next 6 months, Taurus. But right now, you're just not feeling that. Anyway, I did want to mention that we will be having a new moon. I'm sorry, grab my notes. We have a new moon in Capricorn. It's about work and provision. Full moon in Leo, which is about self and the heart and love and generosity and doing too much, which is what you seem to not want to do, is too much, Taurus. The next card is the Two of Wands reversed. Mars and Aries card. What did I just say about Mars moving into Aries? And that is Aries' time, not necessarily yours. So something in the home, something in your personal relationships, you either don't know what moves to make, or you just don't want to make any moves at all. There's something going on, I think, that is keeping you held in one spot, Taurus. When it comes to how you do, when it comes to how you move in the home, when it comes to what's going on in the home, it looks like there may be something you're trying to balance, something you're trying to decide, and you've either put that on hold, shoved it under the rug, but for whatever reason, you don't feel at this point that it's safe to make any moves. You don't want to make any moves. With home itself, it almost looks as like the fire is out. The next card, and I can't pick that up, sorry about that, this is a Mercury card. This is about your communication. This is about skills and the way you think. And this is the Page of Cups. Page of Cups can be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. And the Page of Cups I generally like to call the food for thought card. It is somebody who is just learning how to love, or learning that there's some intuition there. There's something to that inkling that they have. Somebody who's just learning how to trust their guts, trust their inner voice. There's a lot to learn, but they are in the primary stages of doing just that. And so as far as the way you are communicating things right now, you may be coming more from a place of feeling than a place of action. Or maybe that is somebody that you're dealing with, who I said could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. And though it doesn't have to be, it may be somebody who is dealing with coming into their intuitive selves, somebody who is just learning how to express love. And with the Page of Cups, I feel like that verbal expression of love, it's cute and innocent. It's underdeveloped, but it's cute and it's innocent. We just need to give these people a chance to grow. And if this is us, they need to give us a chance to grow. We're learning. So, Taurus, at this time, you could just be coming into a place of dealing with yourself or people who are coming from a place of emotion and not action. In the Venus category, which is desire and romance, this is even how you earn your money. Now, Taurus, Taurus rules the second house. In astrology, if you know anything about astrology, you know about the house system. Taurus is the natural ruler of the second house, and that is about your traditional values, how you earn your money. The second house rules the throat and the voice. And with the Ace of Coins here, that is a gift from the universe on something that you value traditionally, on your love relationships. This can certainly be the introduction of a new love relationship, and maybe that's why this expression is so young. But maybe at this point you don't know what to do or how to do it with this person. Maybe just don't want to make any moves yet. But there's definitely the introduction of whether that's new love, new money. Maybe there is something that comes up in regards to your physical health that is new, and it's good news. And I say physical health because even though we're talking about desires and how we earn our money and traditional values, the pentacles, or the coins in this case, rule or govern physical health. And when we talk Taurus, we talk decadence, we talk richness, we talk food and drink, and some of the most basic forms of physical relationships, because Taurus is an earth sign and Taurus is very sensual. And so in this Venus position, this is there's just sensuality all around this, especially if this is a relationship. So in the Mars department, we have got the Nine of Wands, which is a Moon and Sagittarius card. This is somebody who has definitely been there and done that, and they got through it. In this case, I'll put my glasses on, honey, because I can't see. You know, in a lot of decks, the Nine of Wands, the dude looks beat up and battered, but in his case, he seems to have come through all of these things unscathed, or rarely, or barely scathed. And he is sitting there taking a rest. He has taken off his hat and he is chilling for a moment. And this is the Mars card. Like I said, this is about your passion. This is about aggression. This is what you fight for. And again, there is this feeling to me of just not moving right now. It's kind of like, you know, I've been there, done that. Let me chill for a minute. You've been around the block, or somebody's been around the block a few times with this Moon and Sagittarius, at least emotionally. There's been some things as far as emotional expansion. For those of you know, the thing came up with Moon and Sagittarius, but there's no movement is what I'm thinking about. One of the things that I thought was maybe somebody is going off to a foreign country, is supposed to go off to a foreign country, but it's sitting still. But it looks like if some of you were planning on some long distance travel, or maybe you are embarking on a relationship with somebody who is from a different background, a culture, ethnicity than you. Maybe that's what the hesitation is. Maybe because you don't understand the differences, or maybe it's just because you don't know how to deal with the differences. But this is the Ace of Coins, so it says to me that there's a possibility that if you are embarking on a relationship with somebody who's different than you, or in a place that's far away, there's something lucrative that can come out of it. But Taurus, you really don't seem to be feeling that right now. You don't seem to be feeling that at all. And I think it is because even though you may be putting up a good front with the Nine of Wands, you look unscathed, but maybe you have been hurt. Maybe you do feel beat and battered, and you just want to take a second to chill. You're just not with all the action right now. Let's talk, let's communicate, and maybe this is a long distance communication. Could be somebody that you are talking to online who is from a different country than you, and you're just not willing, or they're not willing to make any moves yet. Keeping it the way it is. This is the Jupiter placement. This is the Fool card. This card is ruled by Uranus, and with it being in the reverse position, it could very well be saying that, again, somebody's not willing to be impulsive. Somebody's not willing to go balls to the wall and just do some stuff. Now, think about it, Taurus. It could be a situation where maybe you are blocking your blessings or holding yourself back from something good. But you're setting the fact that you don't, or somebody's setting the fact, this got to be you. You're setting the fact that you don't want to really move too fast. And it actually looks like you're justified in that. But I don't know. I feel like, Taurus, if you did move forward, if you did put some action into it, at the very least you have some good stories to tell. But in the Jupiter position, maybe you don't feel as if you have what you need to do this. There's a reason that you're being held back. And unfortunately, in this situation, I don't know that Jupiter is providing you with the blessings that you need. Or it's not necessarily supporting the fact, for whatever reason, that you should be able to expand and go on that trip. Or take that opportunity with somebody that you're not familiar with. But here in the Saturn position, we got the Justice card. And you know what? Oh, boy. I say you're justified in your actions. I think Saturn is restricting you here. And it's just trying to keep you responsible, which is not a bad thing. Justice in the Saturn position is saying, no, you have been there, done that, and you know how it turned out. Act like an adult. Think like a grown-up. Think about what your mama told you, what your mama taught you, what your daddy taught you, and don't do it. And the outcome for that situation is that you just keep dreaming. You may be dreaming about a situation that you are not quite willing to move forward in, or and maybe it's because you don't want to ruin that dream. You don't want to ruin what you think it could be. That's the outcome for the month of January. Now, Venus in Scorpio is also a card of being truly and utterly obsessed with a particular situation, very focused on it. You may be very focused on a situation and dreaming of the way that you want it to be and the way that it could be, and it causes you not to make any moves. You want to live in your fantasy, in your emotions, and for right now, you're justified in doing that, it seems, with Saturn trying to keep you responsible. And this is a Libra card, so it's helping you with that balance. It's helping you to weigh the good and the bad, and this is in the area of relationships, more than likely one-on-one relationships, because Libra rules relationships. So that's the way I see it, Taurus. If you need to take your time, then do just that. There's nothing really big happening. As a matter of fact, oh yeah, and Venus moves out of Scorpio. So that'll change. Venus moves out of Scorpio on the 7th of this month. So whatever it is, maybe that somebody has been obsessing over or completely focused on, that energy will start to lighten up actually at the end of the month. And so to look at this another way, this energy lightening up and not being so hard pressed and obsessive may give one an opportunity to focus on other things and to possibly get into a particular situation where they can actually move towards them, because it's not that right now. Maybe after the 7th it will be. So, okay, that's the way I see it, Taurus. If you would like to get a personal reading with me, my information is in the description box below. You can hit me up on Facebook or Twitter. All that information is in the description box below, too. Thank you guys for coming. I know it was dark. We're losing daylight fast. Thanks for hanging out, and I hope to talk to you again next month.